Welcome back, I'm the average cuber, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do a full step solve of this cube, the 6x6. Going to go over how to do all the centers, edge pairing, and then the last 3x3 step. So here I'm going to give it just a quick scramble. Okay, that should be good. So let's see. First, I usually start with either the yellow or the white because those go opposite to each other, and you want to do a middle bar. See how that kind of looks like it's a whole bar except for this last piece? We want to build the centers first before doing the outer pieces, just because it's a little bit easier to build the cube or build the pieces. So I'm going to start with the white, and this is kind of just like easy block building. Just finding that, and I can kind of put that wherever I want to. And there's the next one. So I see that, put that together, and see this. And then anything you do, anything that's already solved, especially once you start getting to like the entire solved centers, especially the middle, you want to try and preserve what you've already solved so as to not mess that up. So I'm going to insert that right there. Save this. I can do this. And then that's pretty simple. So then we'll go to the yellow. That's mostly got a piece done. And then like I said, you got to turn this and restore the centers. But it's in the wrong spot, so I'm just gonna turn this up and then turn that twice and move it back down, so that way this stays here in the right spot and that stays solved. So there's my center. I'm gonna try and there's another middle bar, there's another bar, and I think that one goes right here. So if I want to put this up here, I can't just do that because that'll mess that part up. So you want to put it in line with what's already solved, turn it up, flip it twice, and bring it back down. That way it restores that part, and that's right here. So then we want to do the outer layers. Let's go ahead and start with this, because I just happen to see that. And what else do we have? I can just turn this, same thing, flip it, and back down. Let's find the last pieces. There's that, and then just kind of flip that around. So up, flip, down. So there's my white and my yellow. So usually I keep the yellow on my right side, white on the left. No particular reason, that's just what I care to do. So then we'll go in the order of blue, orange, green, red, because that's how it goes. See, there's yellow, white, and then blue, orange, green, red. So start with the blue. Let's find something. There we go. There's our first bar. That was easy. So again, normally you want to start with the inner bars, but if you see an outer one, you can go ahead and slide that in there. That's just fine. So I guess I'll start with the other inner bar. There's that. And then see that one. Let's see, I think this is the piece. Sometimes it's kind of a guessing game. So when you do the first center after you get the yellow and white done, or perspective sides, it's pretty easy, but then once you get into everything else is when it gets a little bit more tricky. So I can bring this up here, restore that. Let's see, I got this one, and then I got this blue right here. So there's my blue. So now we're gonna do the orange centers because it's blue, orange, green, red. So there's that. Let's see, where's the other piece? Just right here. And now for the other one. believe that is this piece, and it is not, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead, actually gonna bring this down here so we can have more room to work with. And then there's actually the piece that I'm looking for. And then restore the blue centers as always. So there's our orange piece all the way down here. I'll do this just for sake of ease. So like this, if you want to bring it in, you can't do that because it'll mess it up. So do that, turn it, and there you go. So now we want to do the edges. I see that. Bring that in. You can bring this down here. There's majority of that. Let's see what we got. Now we're just kind of building this up a little bit. Now for the last little bit, I usually like to just put in this last little piece, and then I'll just bring it over here since it's already here. For this last little piece, I usually like to do this one thing, and I'm not sure of the algorithm, but I'll put it on the screen, and it's just because it puts it in and then restores the center. So off to the green, I already have a block here. So then try and find the other one, restoring it every time. Can't find it right away, so I'll just stick it right there. Just kind of messing around. Let's see. It doesn't look too great. But I think I was able to find what I'm looking for. Yep. Just kidding. There it is. Sometimes you just gotta twist and turn until it just kind of pops up at you. So there's the centers. Now I'm just kind of filling in the rest. I'm gonna go ahead and put this little corner piece in here, just like that. So that one's supposed to go here. So, and for these last two, that's what I've heard referred to as a commutator, because you do a move to put it in there, move it out again or something, and then it kind of goes right back in. So for this piece, we want to get this right here so it's in there, but that messes up everything else. So what you want to do, and you can either just do this row right here, this one right here, or you can just hold the whole side, these two layers. It doesn't particularly matter. So what you want to do is bring it down into the row, turn it. That row, you want to turn that down, turn the cube back up, and turn this up, turn it, and then bring your piece up. There you go. So as you'll notice, when you're doing the green, unintentionally, the red, or once you're doing the second to last, the last layer, the last center will almost always, or it will always be solid if you do it correctly. So here is the last commutator we want to put this in, but I'll do it from the right side because it's essentially the same thing. So we want this to be here. So I'll bring it down, turn it, turn that down, bring this back up, and then pull it up right there. So there we go. There's yellow, white, then we got blue, orange, green, red. So now the centers are done. So we can start doing the edge pairing. So there are a lot better ways to do this. Partially doing look ahead, but I can't do that, or for bigger cubes. So I kind of just do whatever pops out at me. And in this case, I think I'm gonna go for the blue-orange and blue-orange and put that. So whenever you're doing edge pairing and you have an entire edge or a partial edge paired together, you wanna push it out. If you have an already paired edge, you can use that, or in this case, all of them are unsolved. So you can just do that and replace it with an unsolved one, so that way when you're edge pairing in the future or for the rest of the cube, you don't mess up stuff that's already done, and then that way you can do that and then fix all the centers. So now I'm just gonna get the last blue-orange and I'll find that, and that's up here. Same thing, pull it out, replace it, and then restore the center. So that one's done. Let's see, I see a red and a red, and look, it messed that up. But if I do that and then replace it with an unsolved, now it's back. So let's see, there's my red, yellow, there's my red, yellow, and bring it back. Let's see, where's my last red, yellow? It is right here. So I'll bring that in, replace it, and there we go. I think next I'll go with blue-red. So this way we can replace it, push it out with a solved piece, and then replace it with an unsolved, and restore the centers. So kind of just got to look around and find the rest. There's another one right there. Gotta flip it around because that won't go in. And then restore the center. Just like always, we're restoring the center with every move, or after every move, to maintain the rest of the cube. So sometimes these pieces kind of get away from me, but where is this last? There it is, right here. And then there, and then restore it. There we go. Now we're kind of getting somewhere. So I see this. That's good. And there is another one. Oops. I have to bring the whole thing with me. And the last piece is right here. There you go. And restore it. Okay, so there is blue, yellow, and blue, yellow. So I'm going to turn this around. Do the same thing just from but this side because it's a little bit easier for what I'm trying to do at the moment. Where's that other piece? There it is. So I'll bring this around here. And you can alternate sides which sides you're inserting. As long as it's an unsolved edge, you should be good to go. Okay, so I see orange, green, and orange, green. I'm gonna put those right here because if you follow, there's an orange, green. So I'm gonna bring all of these, push that out, and just like usual, but this time it solves a couple at once, which makes things a little bit easier. So then put in the last one, restoring the center, blah blah blah. Okay, there is another one, just like that, with an unsolved. There you go. So there is green, white. Let's put in another green, white. Let's do the last green, white. And let's go for the red. I'm gonna move, since this is like one of the last few pieces, and I still want to maintain this so I can have another unsolved piece to move this into, or another unsolved side to move this into. I'm just going to do this because I want to keep that piece as long as possible, or an unsolved. So I'm going to do this, put this right here. Following that, okay, so there's this. There you go. Okay, so we're down to the last couple. So I think I can bring this up here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. There's my red green. That's not in the right place. So there's my red green. And I think that's the last. Okay, so we're going on to, there's my last red green. Okay, so down to the last, let's say that's down to the last three. So I'm going to go ahead and do the blues because that's already a little bit paired up. Okay, I need one more blue right here. Okay, so now we got the last two. How am I going to move it into something? So for this, I'm going to be using this algorithm a lot, so I'm going to put it on the screen. And all that does is just flip this whole thing upside down, basically, which makes pairing these up easier. So just like that. And then I'm going to flip this again to try and get these together. I'm going to flip it. And then I'm not the best at this, so normally this takes me a couple tries. Okay, so that worked out a lot better. So now this is paired up, that's paired up, that's paired up, and that's paired up. So to get these together, we want to put this and this in the same layer, and this in the same layer. So I can just do the flipping algorithm one more time. So there they are, and then you want to bring that, and it's in the spot where this one just was. Do the flipping algorithm one more time, bring it back, and there you go. So now we want to treat this like a 3x3 and make the cross. So for this purpose, I'll bring all the white up to the top. So now we want to bring it to the bottom, just like a normal 3x3, and there's your cross. And for this, I'm not going to be doing F12 or the first two layers. I'm just going to be doing it the super beginner method. So there's my blue orange, or blue red white, and just gonna, this is super common, bringing that out and finding other ones. Sometimes it doesn't work, so you just have to do it twice. Same thing here. And last here. Okay, so then you want to bring this to here, just like regular 3x3s. So that's not solved, but I'll get to that later because it's going to pop up. So this one's already ready. So it just so happens that I look around and I see that this has the white on top. So I'll go ahead and show you this. So there's a couple of different scenarios. Either it will pop up here, the white will pop up here, here, or here. So for this instance, same thing on 4x4 and 5x5, but I'll just put the algorithm on the screen because that'll put this in here and keeping this already solved. Just like that, and keep going. I'll get to that later. So here, same thing. Okay, same thing here. And then here is the last piece that we're trying to put in. So this one, do this algorithm, and I'm not holding it in the most efficient way, but there's the algorithm. So like we've done earlier, to try and flip around pieces, and I've done this in a previous video, it's this long algorithm. So since this splits in half, I'm going to be treating this and this as if it were one single piece, and I'm going to do this algorithm. It's kind of a long one, so I'll put it on the screen, so I'm going to scoot down a little bit. So R, U, L, F, L, F, R, U, R, U, R, U, F, R, and then F. But sometimes you don't need to do that part. So then you can just solve it like a normal 3x3. And then, let's see, I'll do this algorithm that I'll put on the screen. And this is just to get all the edge pieces and the corners lined up. So there we go. And I'm not gonna put this one on the screen because if you can solve a 4x4, 5x5 and learning 6x6, probably can solve a 3x3. And if not, I'll put the link in my video below. And again, this isn't the most efficient way, but then, so this doesn't happen in a 3x3 typically because these pieces don't get flipped. But what you want to do for that, and I'll put that on the screen, is just one move. And again, I'm going to be treating these like they're one singular piece, not as like an individual. So this is one piece, this is one piece. So this is the left and the right. So I'm going to be doing this move, and here it is. And there you go. That's the rest. That's how you solve the cube. And if you have any questions, comments, or if you have any tips for me to how to solve this better, or if you need help, let me know what you think of the video. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, and come back for the next video. Thanks for watching. See ya.